Why does one person insult another? Have you ever wondered? In our society, we may often insult others, and maybe many times we are insulted. In this society, every moment someone is insulting others. The husband insults his wife. The father insults his son. The employer insults the employee. And the upper class insults the lower class. Sometimes the opposite also happens. But normally, the stronger insult the weaker. When a bully insults another bully, a fight ensues. But when a strong one insults the weak person endures it like a helpless one and cringes at the insult. He feels weak, he gets lost, and at times he is led astray. But what the insulter really wants to prove, let us try to understand from the story of Gautam Buddha. One day, Gautam Buddha was preaching to his disciples in a discourse meeting. Then a disciple stood up and folded his hands and said, "O Gurudev, when someone insults us, we feel weak, helpless. We feel the pain of insult. How can we get rid of this pain?" Tathagata Gautam said, "Son, the question of humiliation is not greater than the purpose of life. But yes, liberation from all kinds of suffering is possible. I'll tell you a story about this. I hope you will find the answer to a question." A rich man lived in a city. He became very wealthy due to many successful business, and people respected him because of his wealth. He thought there was no dearth of wealth in his life. All people respected him, and now he had to associate with saints and gain respect from them. One day, he appeared before a guru. He said, "O Gurudev, I am the richest man in my town. I have no dearth of wealth. Wherever I go, people stand up and respect me. I want to receive such respect from all people throughout my life, and never to be insulted by anyone. And if anyone ever insults me, what is my duty?" Gurudev said, "Where are you from?" The man said, "Gurudev, I am from Malhar Nagar." Gurudev said, "Very well. From tomorrow, I will give a sermon in your city. You have to come and listen to that sermon every day. If you listen to that sermon for 10 consecutive days, your knowledge will develop, and no one will ever insult you." The man said, "Very well, Gurudev. I will listen to your discourses every day. I will listen to all your words with great attention, and I will listen to your discourses for 10 whole days as per your instruction." And the man left. The next day, Gurudev started preaching in Malhar town, and all the townspeople came there to listen to the sermon. That person also appeared there, but he placed a large high seat for himself next to Gurudev's seat and sat on it. All the people present there went and stood in front of him. The man then said to Gurudev, Gurudev, now you begin your speech. I am ready to listen. Gurudev then said, first you leave this seat and stand behind the assembly and don't sit until I say so. The man was very surprised to hear Gurudev's words, but he stood back as Gurudev said. Gurudev now began his discourse. The discourse had been going on for a long time, but Gurudev did not ask him to sit down. Saying this, the man stopped Gurudev in the middle of the speech and said, Gurudev, you are forgetting something, aren't you? I am still standing. Gurudev said, it doesn't matter. You stand now. The discourse continued, and at one point the discourse ended. When the speech was over, everyone came to Gurudev one by one and bowed to Gurudev and left. The man finally came and said to Gurudev, Gurudev, the discourse is over, but you never asked me to sit down during the discourse. Gurudev did not heed his words. He said, you may go now. The next day, the talk started again. The rich man again placed his high chair next to Gurudev's seat and sat on it and said to Gurudev, Gurudev, yesterday's discourse was very good. I liked it very much. Now you begin your discourse. Gurudev said, sure, I will begin my discourse. But before that, you go back and stand behind all. The man felt very humiliated. So many people respected him. Everyone stood up to see him. And here everyone was sitting, and he would stand. Yet he stood behind everyone, as Gurudev said. Even this time, Gurudev did not ask him to sit. The man was feeling very uncomfortable. The speech was over. He could not understand why Gurudev was doing this to him. Why was Gurudev not letting him sit? As he was returning home, he only thought that everyone was laughing at him on the way. He felt very humiliated. He decided that the next day he would not get up from his seat at all. He was also a rich man in that town, and he also had respect. Everyone would sit, and he would stand behind all. This would never happen again. The next day, he sat on his high seat next to Gurudev in the discourse meeting and said to Gurudev, Gurudev, today I will sit on this chair and listen to your discourse. I am a respectable rich man of this town. Today I will not stand for anything. Gurudev said, okay, you don't have to leave your seat. I am leaving my seat. Saying this, Gurudev left his seat and sat behind where the rich man used to stand. Then all the devotees sat in their seats facing Gurudev, and as a result, that person was left behind again. Gurudev began to speak, but the rich man got very angry and left. And he began to think about how to avenge his insult on Gurudev. He then brought another Guru to preach in that city. He ran vigorous publicity of the new Guru throughout the town. Not only that, he announced each person who would come to listen to the discourse of this new Guru would be given a gold coin. The discourse of the new Guru began. Here also the rich man placed a big and high seat next to Gurudev's seat and sat on it. When the people of the whole town came to know that one gold coin would be obtained by listening to the discourse of the new Guru, the people of the whole town crowded there to listen to the discourse, and the rich man proudly gave each one a gold coin. Everyone present there praised the rich man very much. Even the new Gurudev praised him highly. Everything was going well. 9 days passed. The rich man thought, let's inquire about the previous Gurudev. So, on the 10th day, he reached the previous Guru's lecture meeting. There was no one except one person. Saying this, he felt very satisfied. He said to Gurudev, "You did not allow me to sit in your meeting. See, today I am sitting next to a Gurudev who is nobler than you. You insulted me, but today everyone praises me. They call me a giver." Gurudev said, "Very well, now let me finish my discourse." The man said, "Who are you preaching?" "Only one person, and that too making him stand at such a distance. I will also take this person to listen to the discourse of the new Guru." Gurudev smiled and said, "Okay, take him." Now the rich man went to the only listener who was standing far away and said, "What are you doing here? Come with me. I will let you listen to a better discourse. I have a better Guru than this." The man said, "No." The rich man said, "I will give you 100 gold coins if you come with me." The man said again, "No." The rich man said, "Let me give you 1,000 gold coins." This time too, the man said, "No." Now the rich man said, "I will give you 10,000 gold coins if you come with me." This time also the person told him no. The rich man said, "If you come with me, I will give you 1,00,000 gold coins. Not only that, but also land and wealth enough to feed 4 of your generations." This time the man said, "If you leave immediately, I will give you a lot of gold coins, land, wealth, gold coins as much as you want. If you want a kingdom, I'll give you a kingdom. Go away." The rich man was surprised. Who is this man? He wants to donate the kingdom. He did not understand who was standing in front of him. He asked Gurudev, "Gurudev, who is this person?" Gurudev said, "The king of this kingdom." The rich man then went to the man and recognized him. Yes, indeed, he was the king of that kingdom. He fell at the king's feet and said, "Your Highness, forgive me. I did not recognize you." Then Gurudev said, "Does not your ego feel hurt to apologize at the king's fate? Don't you feel insulted? Don't you feel hurt to your honor? Listen, the day you came, the king of this kingdom also came. The king's reason for coming was the same as yours. What I told you, I told the king. But the king still stands where I told him to stand, and you are standing where you didn't want to stand. You needed answers to your own questions. But what game did you start playing?" The rich man was listening to Gurudev with folded hands. Then the king said, "Friend, I have learned in these 10 days that we are not insulted, but the office we hold or the institution we are associated with. When we involve ourselves with something heavy, we get insulted. I am the king of this kingdom, so it is not insulting for you to hold my feet and ask for forgiveness. But if there is a poor man in my place, you cannot fall at his feet. And if you fall at his feet, your position and your establishment will make you feel humiliated. Always protect your self-respect and rights, not your pride. Let your ego be crushed whenever you get the chance. I have been standing here for 10 days, and my pride is crushed. Now I am a king, but a commoner. Before this, I was a king who was an extraordinary person. Because of this pride, I used to feel insulted, even in small things and small affairs, which is no more today." Hearing this, the rich man fell at Gurudev's feet and asked for forgiveness. At the end of the story, Mahatma Buddha told his disciples, "In reality, we do not insult anyone. We only show our strength. We want to show that we are stronger, and it is only when we do not have confidence in our strength, then we insult the person in front of us, just trying to test our strength. Our social life seems to us an endless struggle. Then we consider all the people around us as enemies, be it husband or wife or father or son. We always feel like showing our strength, otherwise we will be exploited. Every moment we fear that we will be enslaved by the person in front, and so we try to show our strength by humiliating the person in front. But have we ever thought, if we consider the person in front of us as a friend, as a helper, rather than as an enemy, then there is no need to insult him. That is, we have to love each other. But if we don't have confidence in ourselves, we can't love anyone. We need to rely on our own strengths. That is, a person who has confidence in himself does not insult anyone, nor does he accept insults. Gautam Buddha ended his speech with this. Dear friends, trying to insult someone only shows our lack of confidence. And if we have faith in ourselves and love for all, we will not need to insult anyone. Comment what you think. Stay well. Thank you very much.